Hello and welcome. I am Kimberly. I am the host of the Manifest on Purpose show. I want to say happy 11/11 because today is one of my favorite days. 11/11 is near and dear to me. Not only that, it's my oldest son's birthday today, so sending him a happy birthday shout out. I want to thank all of you for being here today, and I ask that you please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much for that. Today, I'm going to be talking about 11/11. I want to say happy 11/11 to all of you. And I've heard people so far talking about 11/11 as a portal. And I hear this every year, but according to today's numerology forecast that I'm going to um, give to you in a few minutes, this is a really special day. This is a portal. So, the numerology report is courtesy of Lloyd Strayhorn. That's his information. I suggest that you go on and get your reports for yourself. If you get the Star 8 app, you can download the free version on the Apple Store, or you can get it on Google Play or on astar8.com or on Numbers and You at Linktree. So let me go ahead and read to you what he has to say about today. Saturday, November the 11th, the sun is in Scorpio, the moon is in Libra. It's a 9 universal month, an 11 universal week, and an 11 day. This is a day that's like a once in a lifetime in the sense that you're likely to be clairvoyant and intuitive to a degree. There may be no rhyme or reason to how you reach your conclusions today, but you're likely to be spot on in your conclusions. In a word, trust the process, trust your heart. Leos, Aquarius, Cancer, and those born on the 2nd, 7th, 11th, 16th, 20th, 25th, and the 29th of any month, especially are likely to be more in tune than the rest of the other signs. And this also includes the rest of the birthday, but since we're feeling this at the universal week level and the universal day level. So this will apply to everybody. Once again, you can get your daily numerology forecast at astar8.com, ASTARA.com. And you can go to Linktree /numbers in you, or you can also go to the Google Store or the Apple Store and just download it from there. The perspective that I'm coming from today is from the perspective of someone who has lived throughout my life with master numbers. I'm just sharing with you how it feels to live with the master numbers. Some people feel like the master numbers have a higher than average chance of being successful. And the reason why I see this, they may not think so, but the reason why I see this is because master numbers go through so much. And this is something that I've experienced firsthand. I am a master number 22 birthday, and my life path is the master number 11. So throughout my life, there has been, a series of trials and challenges and tribulations. When I look at it now that I know about the numbers, and now I understand a little bit more about what it's all about, I can see that every single thing that I went through in my life is something that helped me become stronger than what I already was. And it was something that helped me stay the course. It was something to push me. So, in essence, whatever I had to work hard for, the work paid off. So, when you hear people talking about the 11 and the 22, it doesn't mean that everything just falls in your lap. It means that because you go through more challenges. And sometimes, especially in my experience, extraordinary challenges, then you have no choice but to move forward. Either you lay there and you stay there in it, or you just move forward to the next thing and hope the next thing is better. And sometimes that's what it takes to give you that extra push. It's no different than a doctor. A lot of people looked at that doctor's degree and they're like, wow, she's a doctor, he's a doctor. Yes, it looks good. But at the same time, are you willing to put in all the work that that person has put in just to become a doctor? Just because they have those letters on the end of their name does not mean it came easy for them. We're talking about 8+ years sometimes in school to become a doctor. So yes, it looks good and it sounds nice, but at the same time, this person really had to work for it. That's what you have to expect with the master numbers anyway. Now, if you watch the Manifest on Purpose show, you know that I have no shortages of stories to tell. So that means that constantly in life, things were happening all the time. All the time. And something in my mind was telling me, why do you go through more challenging things than other people do? I just couldn't grasp my mind around that. And so I'll tell you some of the things that stood out to me that now I know it came from the numbers. The first thing is anxiety. I was super shy. I didn't like to be around a lot of people. I like to be in the background. That was the 11th. I could feel people. Like if a person was wrong for me or if a person was trying to harm me, let me tell you, because I was so sensitive, there were times that I know that things should have things happened in my life and I knew that it should have been worse than what it was, but I felt that something wasn't right and I was able to take action during those times. So me being super sensitive helped me out in a whole lot of situations that I did not even realize because I was so young. Another thing with the sensitivity, this even happens now for me. I don't like being in large crowds. I didn't understand it before. And I hear a lot of people say they're empathic. And so this is what I thought I was. I thought I was empathic because I would be in the area with all of these people. And for some reason, I could feel what everybody else was feeling around me. That's how deep it was. If somebody was sad, I could feel it. And it's like that even one on one. Sometimes people can come to me, and I always joke and say, but it's true. People energy usually greets me before I meet the person. So people can come close to me and I can feel the energy that they're feeling at the time, which, if it's a whole group of people, then I'm feeling all types of things. So that's where the anxiety came in at. And I thought that maybe I just had a social anxiety. Maybe I was empathic. I really did not understand what that was until I just found out or discovered that the anxiety is due to my sensitivity, and that sensitivity just happens to come from that master number 11. Also, the 4 is another super sensitive number. So that's where that came from. Another thing that I can remember doing life is a lot of changes. Things would be going one way one minute, and the next minute it would be something totally different. I was moving from home to home, back and forth. There was not really one place that I could call home growing up because I was always back and forth. Number 22 is ruled by the planet of Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is that planet that brings about unexpected changes. Uranus can be misunderstood. Um, Uranus can bring surprises. They can either be for the good or the bad. Sometimes it's just to shift things up so you can change or grow to another level. But that is the planet of Uranus. So another thing is weird and unusual. So I had strange friends. Uranus is technology. And I always felt like, and I don't think I've ever told many people this, but I always felt like no matter what technological upgrades we've had in life, they never seem to satisfy me because I'm like, hold on, this, I thought it was going to be so much better than this, and this is all it does. Why can't they just add a button to do this? This is what I was saying when I was growing up with these new things coming out with technology. I thought that it was supposed to be more advanced than it was. And that has a lot to do with the futuristic thinking of the planet of Uranus also. I do love tech, but I'm not like super techy, but I do like a lot of tech stuff. But Uranus is definitely the one of the reasons why I went through so many changes growing up, especially in childhood and in my 20s. It was just unpredictable. So a lot of times I dream about things, and most of the people that are close to me, they already understand if she tells you something, you better listen to it. If she says something about a dream, you better listen to it. Like, that's one thing I know for sure about my boys. If I tell them that I had a dream about something, oh, they pay attention then because they know that it's just my dreams just be that much on point. Another thing, those that, and I think that's a part of the visionary part of the number 11, being able to get the vision from on high. That goes together with that sensitivity, because that sensitivity is what allows you to feel. And one of the things that I love doing now, I help people in their business. Like, a lot of people come to me with their little visions, and I help them take that and expand that and grow. And that's a part of the 22. And what helps is through the 11, I'm able to see the vision as well. And then with the 22, I can actually help them or tell them how to teach them how to build a foundation around that vision that they created so that they can create something tangible. That's why they call the master number 22 the master builder. So that's one of the things that I love doing. It's just so fun for me. And if you're interested in something like that, you can try the website kimbaley.com or manifestonpurpose.net, and you can check out what I'm offering there. If you have felt or experienced any of these things, please drop it down in the chat so that I know it's just not me. So I know that I'm not the only one that's going through this stuff or has been through this stuff. And it hasn't been all bad. One thing that I can say about having the master numbers, no matter what it is that I go through, I've always come out on top. And I don't say that in a way that's bragging. I say that in a way that I'm looking back like, man, how did I do that? I look back and I think, how did I get through this? The holders of the master numbers get challenged more than other people do. They do, they really do. And so when these tough challenges come, it gives you no choice but to push forward. And that's how I feel like I have, done some of the things, been able to do some of the things or get through some of the things that I have done, because the challenges, the trials, and the tribulation, it was sink or swim. What are you going to do with this? This has happened. Uranus. Now, what are you going to do about it? So it forced you to change. So all it is you work harder, you get more. And I'm not talking about physical labor, but I'm talking about what it is a growing process. Now, if you hold a master numbers, I'm going to tell you now what I have done, what helps me. The very first thing that helps me is knowing that whatever it is I go through is something that's preparing me to go to the next level. It may be tough. It may be something that most people don't want to deal with it, but I already know there's a plan in place. I already know that whatever I go through next, I'm going to need this skill. So I may as well go ahead and face it now. That's the one thing that helps me get through, some of the trials that you may go through as a master number, and yes, you may get rewarded. You may get a big reward, but look at what you had to go through in order to get there. So what I'm saying is, the master numbers are okay. But what people don't understand is just because you have one, things don't just fall in your lap. Everything that you get is something that you have to work hard for. And if I'm not mistaken, everybody has to work hard at some point in their lives for something. And the next thing that helps me get through this is knowing that I have a purpose. This is something that I'm going through that can help somebody else. The Manifesto on Purpose show would not be the Manifesto on Purpose show. It would not be helping people in their lives if I had not experienced some of the things that I have gone through. So to me, the chance to help humanity and to help raise the level of consciousness of humanity, it's worth what I have been through. So I want you to think about that. Are you a master number? Is this something that you have experienced during your life too? Was your life experience seem to be worse or seem to be better? I don't know. What are your thoughts about it? Just give me a comment and let me know what it is and how you feel about it. And who knows, maybe I'll come back and discuss this again. But I like to thank you for taking your time. I like to thank you for sharing this, liking, and subscribing. And please take some time to go to the Manifesto on Purpose show at Kimbaley.com. Also, 2024 is coming, and we're talking about numerology. Do you know that you can now get your personal numerology charts on my website? You can also get your yearly forecast for 2024. You can get your relationship compatibility chart, you and your mate, to see if you're compatible, to see if you're going to kick them to the curb or whether you're going to keep them. But you can get that on my site, as well as your business report and the outlook for your business for 2024 and even more years to come. Go to Kimbaley.com. Once again, thank you so much for listening in, and enjoy the rest of your 11/11. I love you to life.